moving north at approximately 35 miles per hour. If you're in those areas right now, I would take shelter immediately. We'll take a look at some of the velocities in that area right now. Up towards areas northern part of Iredell County, up towards Alexander County, you can see in areas around Boomer, Love Valley to be affected by that. We'll take a look and show you some right now. Some of the wind speeds up there, we're getting reports of winds gusting well over 45 to 50 miles per hour in that area at the moment. So if you're in Iredell County, up towards Boomer, up towards Love Valley in that area, take cover immediately. This is the area that we're talking about right here. We're getting winds gusting well over 55 miles an hour. This storm system is moving north at about 35 miles per hour. It's pretty close to Stony Point. If you know where that is, if you live in that area, Stony Point, right there near Love Valley in that area, up towards areas around Vishti, Rocky Springs, up towards Moravian Falls, once again moving north at about 35 miles per hour. This was apparently located about 11:40. It's just only about 5 or 10 minutes ago. If you're living in areas around Vishti, Hidnight, and Scotts, that's the areas that we're talking about, the little community of Vishti, this area right here. This is once again moving north at approximately 45 miles per hour. So this is going to impact areas just north of there within the next probably 15 to 25 minutes. I would say take shelter. If you live in a mobile home, the best thing to do is if you can find more sturdy shelter. If you're at a home right now, you're going to find the lowest part of the area you live in. Surround yourself with as many walls as you can. If you live towards Moravian Falls, in that area, once again, it's moving in your direction. And this path of the whole area, we're talking about from Love Valley, Taylorsville, all the way up to Vishti, the little community of Vishti there in the northern part of Iredell County. Lenny Mills Road, over towards Taylor Springs Road, that area around Love Valley, Mountain View, Rocky Springs, some of the areas to be affected. Just to the north of Taylorsville is the area that we're talking about right now. We'll take a look and show you the potential for that area. Once again, this is a tornado warning in effect right now until 12:15. If you live in these areas, please take shelter immediately. This would be to the northwest of Statesville, North Carolina. Once again, up towards Love Valley, Vishti, just north of Taylorsville is the area that we're talking about that has the most severe potential for this right now. So if you're moving and you got travel plans in that area, I would say take shelter immediately. This is all part of a weather system that brought tornadoes in North Georgia in the past several hours. We're going to zoom in and show what we're talking about as far as some of the heavier rainfall and the active weather at the moment. And this is once again, this is all north of Ellendale, north of Statesville, up towards Moravian Falls in that area, moving once again at about 35 to 45 miles per hour. We'll take a look and show you some tracking this right now. Up towards Buck and Miller's Creek at about 12 noon. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that for the folks at home, some of our weather watchers, they're astute to this stuff. They know. So I want to reemphasize for the folks at home, this is a warning and not a watch, and why that's so important.
Yes, I would say take shelter. If you live in those areas, take shelter immediately. This means one has been sighted in the past. This was by Doppler radar and by the community, a tornado warning. This was a tornado sighted in that area, and we're talking about the northern part of up around Vishti. You can see the little area right there, Vishti, Rocky Springs in that area. This is the area that we're talking about, moving to the north at about 35 to 45 miles per hour. So if you live in those communities, take shelter immediately. If you live in a mobile home, if you can get out of that and find more secure area, then that's what you should do, is head out of that at the moment. Surround yourself with as many walls as you can up towards Moravian Falls in that area. KJ has been out there and taking a look at the situation. What do you see right now, KJ?
That's right, Larry. We're now headed in that direction in which that we have that tornado warning. And you're right, as you're seeing it there on the radar. I want to bring it up right now as I look at the radar data as well that you're seeing back in the studio, Larry. And that particular warning is just east of Taylorsville, and that is now a confirmed tornado according to the data I'm looking at from the National Weather Service. That's a confirmed tornado that is just east of Taylorsville, and that's up in Alexander County, and that is moving towards the north right now as I'm looking at some radar data on my phone. And I want to look at this real fast here, and I'm looking at some of the winds coming in. They're not that impressive, and that's one thing about this particular setup that we have right now is that it does not take a whole lot to get these brief spin up tornadoes, especially with the landfalling tropical system, especially where we're located on the east side. Now, if you watched this yesterday, we talked about the potential of us having some rotating cells out there in terms of having a tornado, and this is one of those situations. So I want to just show you some dash cam of what we're looking at here. So you can see the cloud cover, this deep convection, and we're traveling right now 85 north, and we're going to hop on 77 north, and we're going to head up in that area. Since it is a confirmed tornado, then we'll likely see some damage as well. So we'll be able to bring those pictures to you. Larry, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, but of course, if you are in that warned area until 12:15, you want to get into your safe place. That's the lowest level of your home, away from windows and doors. You want as many walls between you and the outside in a situation like this one. It does not take long. You don't have a whole lot of time when it comes to a tornado warning, because that means it's active, it's happening right now, it is likely on the ground, and it's moving in your direction. I'm going to get this radar data pulled back up here just so I can see where we stand at this very moment in terms of tracking this particular cell. Again, this is just east of Taylorsville, between Taylorsville and Love Valley, and this cell is still continuing to lift towards the north and northwest, and it is lifting towards North Wilkesboro. Perhaps I'm just going to stop this real fast, and then I'll put a little bit of a timestamp on here just to give you a general idea of how many miles away it is. So this is coming up from North Wilkesboro. It's about 13 miles southeast of North Wilkesboro. Larry, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio as you continue to track this tornado warning, as it is in effect until 12:15.
JJ, we'll take a look at some of the time frame. Old Gilruth community at about 12:01. Moravian Falls puts it at about 12:07. Wilkesboro, the town Wilkesboro in Wilkes County, 12:14. Once the little community of Cricket at about 12:19. This is spotted pretty close to the community of Vashti, just to the west of Love Valley. There, up there in Alexander County, not too far away from Iredell County, the border of Iredell County and Alexander County. So once again, a tornado warning in effect. This is moving north at about 35 miles an hour. If you are in that area, take shelter immediately. We're talking about areas around Taylorsville, Love Valley, that area, Vashti, Hiddenite, Scotts, the little community of Scotts up there in Alexander County. Take shelter immediately. Once again, you can see from our time frame right there, areas to be hit: 12:07 Moravian Falls, 12:14 at Wilkesboro, and a little bit, maybe about 12:17 at North Wilkesboro. If you live in those communities, take shelter immediately. Now, this is a tornado confirmed. You can see just north of Taylorsville, just to the west of Love Valley, the little community of Boomer over in Wilkes County. That's another area that definitely could be affected by this. We encourage you, if you live in those communities, to take shelter immediately. We'll take a look and show you the radar shot. Once again, everything is moving to the north at about 35 to 45 miles per hour. That one line of showers and heavy storm activity, all part of a weather system from Fred, the remnants of Fred, that's moving out of Georgia, headed toward the Carolinas at this moment. So we're looking at the potential all day today for some of these spin-up tornadoes. You can see as we kind of zoom back and show you the extent of some of the precipitation that's moving into the area.